Hi, I'm Lauren Sapala. I'm teaching a new live class this November called the Creative Commitment Challenge. And this video is the last video in a series I'm doing about the class before I launch it in just a couple of days. First of all, I want to say thank you so much, everyone who sent me an email or a message on Facebook, or a message on Twitter, or it's contacted me through my website. You guys have really come through with the questions and you've helped me clarify what I need to tell you before the class starts. So thank you so much. People are so excited and it's so nice to see. I'm really excited about this too. It sounds like we're gonna have a really nice sized group and everybody's really fired up about the month of November. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I just wanted to say that first of all. Okay, second of all, I want to tackle the biggest question you guys have been sending me. I've heard from so many of you INFJs and INFPs who've said, I'm a writer who can't finish anything. I never finish anything. I have a million ideas. I start them. I'm full of enthusiasm. And then I can't commit. I can't follow through. I get distracted and I don't finish anything. I don't have any finished stories under my belt. Why is this different? Why is this going to work? How is this different? So that's what I want to address in today's video. What this class is going to do for you if you are one of those writers who can't finish anything. So the thing about being a writer who can't finish anything, every writer runs into that from time to time, right? So all of us have started stories or had a novel idea or a screenplay and we started writing it. Kind of lost the spark, kind of lost the fizzle, just kind of fizzled out and didn't really go anywhere. So we all have those sort of unfinished things in a drawer somewhere. That's completely normal. What happens for some writers is that when they do this enough, it starts feeling like a pattern to them. And when it starts feeling like a pattern, they start really identifying with it and they get stuck there. And this is who I've been hearing from. All you guys who have sent me emails, I'm the writer who can't finish anything. I'm the writer who never finishes anything. We see this pattern. Our brain is observing this external pattern and we're putting it on ourselves, usually with a lot of shame and guilt. So I can't finish anything. That means I'm a failure as a writer. I can't finish anything. That means I'm a bad writer. I never finish anything. That means I'm flaky. That means I don't commit. I can't show up. Something's wrong with me. Fill in the blank here, you name it. I've heard all of the fill in the blanks here. And they all come back to this root of shame and guilt that there's something wrong with me. I'm doing something wrong. I am wrong. I'm not good enough as a writer. So what this class does, this new Creative Commitment Challenge class I'm doing in November, we're going to have weekly teachings every week. We're going to have strong community support. We're going to have the Facebook group, right? We're also going to have these daily writing sessions, silent writing sessions over Zoom, 1 a day, 1 hour a day, every single day for the month of November. Even if you don't show up every day, if you show up on a regular basis to them, if you show up every few days, if you show up once a week, your brain sees a new pattern developing, right? This is evidence. You are always observing yourself. Keep that in mind. You, the I that is walking around in the world, looking at this, looking at that, making judgments, this is good, this is bad. You're doing that to yourself too, right? So you're always observing yourself and your actions in the world, and you're making judgments about yourself based on those observations. This kind of class where you can, in real time, interrupt the old pattern, right? The old pattern where you don't show up. It feels uncomfortable to write. You give in to the resistance. You don't sit down at the page. You put it off. You procrastinate. You don't finish anything. That old pattern is interrupted and we introduce a new pattern, right? And your brain's observing this the whole time. This is evidence. Your brain's very logical. Your brain likes evidence. Your brain is seeing, oh, actually, she does show up. Actually, she showed up, a few days ago, and then today looks like she's going to show up in a few days from now. This is the pattern, and the brain starts putting together the new pattern. Based on the new pattern, the brain starts putting together a new identity, and you start attaching to that identity. So now you're not the writer who never finishes anything. You're not the bad writer, the failed writer, right? The writer who can't figure it out. Now you're the writer who tries. Now you're the writer who shows up. Now you're the writer who actually does commit. That is a huge difference, and that's going to make a huge difference in your writing life. Now, the other key to this, of course, people have asked me, well, why can't I just do this on my own? A lot of people do NaNoWriMo on their own. They seem to be fine without a group. What's the difference? Why shouldn't I just do NaNoWriMo on my own or try to commit to my creative life in some way on my own? Why do I need the class? The difference is when you have the group energy behind you, it changes everything. Yes, theoretically, you can do this stuff alone. Theoretically, you can do anything alone. Before I started writing again, I had a horrible experience in college. Many of you know this. I stopped writing. I thought I was going to stop writing forever. I had a traumatic experience in a creative writing class. My college professor told me I was a bad writer and I should stop writing. And I listened to her. I stopped writing for 7 years. Didn't pick up the pen one time in 7 years. I was absolutely miserable. When I tried to start writing again, yes, theoretically, I could have done it on my own. I could have just said, I'm going to sit down 1 hour a week and I'm just going to write and see what comes out. But I didn't do that. I couldn't do that. I was frozen. I was paralyzed. I was gripped by all kinds of resistance. The only way I got over it was joining a silent writing program. That's what got me over the resistance, was that group energy and those other people expecting me to show up. That safe haven to go to, that place that I could go and I knew other people were going to be there, all doing the same thing I was doing, right? So that reinforces the pattern for your brain too, and that reinforces the new identity. It's kind of like AA. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you also know I used to be an alcoholic years and years ago, and the way I got over that was through AA. It's the same thing with AA. Theoretically, you can stop drinking on your own, right? You could do it at any time. Just don't drink. It sounds easy. AA comes in because that group energy, those people, the community support is what really helps you get through it. When you have a group of people who act as a sanctuary and a refuge and a safe space, right? Other people who know how it is, that energy is invaluable. That's why they always say, you can't do it alone. Maybe theoretically, again, you can do it alone, but it's so much easier in a group. That community support is key. So that's what we're looking at with this new live class. I really think it's going to be a game changer for people. It's going to be, you start out, on one side of the class, frustrated, feeling alone, maybe feeling isolated. Maybe you haven't written in years. Maybe you've never written, but you've always wanted to be a writer. Or maybe you're halfway through a novel and you're struggling with it and you're like, that's it, this November, I'm using Nano to just get through it. Maybe you're embarking on Nano for the first time and you're bound and determined to write the whole novel in November. No matter where you are, you're starting out at one place at the beginning of November. At the end of this class, you're going to end up a different kind of writer. You're going to have a different kind of identity as a writer, and that's through the group, and that's the power of this class. Now, I will say this class is very much a you're all in or you're all out thing. Yes, it's designed to work for you. You don't have to show up to the sessions every day, but energetically, emotionally, mentally, you need to be in it. You need to be all in because this is an important class. And I already know the people who have said, I'm signing up, I'm definitely in. They are all in. Everybody is very intense about it and everybody's ready to make these huge shifts in their life. I've talked to so many writers who are like, I'm over it. I'm tired of not writing. I'm tired of not having anything to show for all this work I'm doing in my head, all this planning and thinking and dreaming I do all the time. I'm just over it with myself. So I know the people who are showing up, they're really, really in it. They're all in it. So if this sounds like it's for you, if it sounds like you want to be all in it too, you're watching this video and you're like, yeah, I know, that's me. It's definitely me. I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to do something in my life that makes me feel better, that makes me feel empowered, that makes me feel like this is the writer I want to be. This is the work I want to be doing in the world. And you want to take actual concrete steps forward because you're tired of just thinking about it. This is the class for you. I'm launching in just 2 days. There's going to be a registration window of about 5 days. So I'll be opening it up on Tuesday, October 27th, and then it'll be open until Halloween. That's the last day of registration. So if you want to get in the class, you need to sign up before that point, before Halloween. If you have any questions, please email me, writecitysf@gmail.com. Contact me through the contact form on my website. Leave a comment in the comments box below. I want everybody who wants to get in the gates before they close, because it is only going to be that 5-day window. So please get a hold of me before that time. Let's get the questions answered. I will see, hopefully, a lot of you for the launch. I'm super excited about it, and I know I'll see a lot of you in the class. So long for now. Happy writing, and I'll see you then.